Have you ever been excited about attending a summit where they have like 30 speakers and you're thinking, oh my gosh, these are the best of the best, the cream of the crop. I'm going to learn so much. And then you go there and they're droning on and on and on about a bunch of fluff. Well, this is a summit like no other, the Confidence and Resilience Summit coming up. And my guest is going to share with you why. No fluff. This is the real deal. So stick around. Welcome to Unleash Your Audacious Confidence on Win-Win Women TV. This show is all about sharing the tips, tools, and techniques that will allow you to step boldly in the direction of your dreams, despite your feelings, fears, or past failures, to imagine what's possible for yourself and live the life you deserve. Well, hello, and welcome to this episode of Unleash Your Audacious Confidence here on Win-Win Women TV. I'm your host, Alicia Couri, and before we get to our guest, I just want to remind you to go to winwinwomen.com. Go check it out. We have so many available events for you to attend. There are live events, there are virtual events, there are other shows and show hosts. I mean, this is an unbelievable channel with so many different opportunities for women to grow and succeed and learn things. So it's a global network of women supporting women. Now, if you want to connect with me, make sure you go to alicia360.com and you can connect with me and find out more about not just this show, but other opportunities we have with our coaching and development and just a host of things that we have going on for my company, Audacious Concepts, Inc. Now, I have been to summits before. I've signed up, paid, gone to summits where you're hearing all these amazing speakers talking about, well, the lineup of amazing speakers, and you're hoping to get come away with your brain just filled with all these amazing actionable tools. And then you sit there for half a day and people just keep talking on and on and on about themselves and their dog or their cat or their kids or the vacation they went on. And you're like, oh, why am I sitting here listening to this? And so I wanted to invite our next guest to chat with you about the summit coming up, not only because I'm one of the speakers, but the lineup is so phenomenal. And when she did my interview for this summit, she's like, no fluff, dive right into it. So I'm going to invite Stacy Brookman to come on and share with us all about this amazing summit that she has coming up to help women build their confidence and resilience. So thank you, Stacy.
Thanks, Alicia. And you were amazing. I will tell you, just in your talk, you changed my mind about things. Like you gave me a new way to think through things. And so many of our speakers, there are over 40 speakers, and they all have a different take on confidence and resilience in different aspects. It just blew my mind to interview everybody. And so, but I will tell you, like the alter ego, and like I have thought about that ever since and used it, and it's just amazing. So thank you.
And we'll talk a little bit about that later, but I love that, first of all, 40 incredible women that you've pulled together, including yourself, into this summit.
Yes.
And I've been to summits where you have to wait, like you have to sit. And if you're busy and I can't attend now because it's live, but I want to see that speaker, and it's just like, but you've designed this very differently so that we can get the information right away.
I have. It's really unique because I built it as a summit that I would actually want to attend. And I hate summits that like waste my time, or I just don't like it. So every interview, as you mentioned, gets into the first question within 60 seconds, like within 60 seconds. So we don't have lots of fluff. All the interviews are 20 to 30 minutes, and they're really short, but actionable. So I wanted to make sure that women leaders are busy. It's the Confidence and Resilience Summit for women leaders, and women leaders do not have the time to spend on fluff or background or chit chat. It's like, give me the meat and let me get out of here. And so that's what I wanted to deliver.
Because we could read your bio, right?
You can read the bio below. All of it's below. Absolutely. Yes.
So we don't have to
all
talk
that information is there, just not in the video. And I'm like, I'm so pleased. I am so pleased that that's how it came about. And so the other thing is, like you mentioned, the calendar bingo. Like, am I going to watch this presentation I really want? I think I need that really great piece of information, but I've got a conference call that time. Or do I try to skip out or try to, or watch it within 24 hours? No. Every single presentation is available the entire time. And I've made it so easy. All you have to do is go down the list of topics and just go like, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. And then they all go over to your favorites page and you can watch them at any time during the summit. Like you can just binge watch them in the evening or whenever you want to. So, or maybe you've got a spare, hour or whatever, you can get 3 of them in.
Yeah.
So,
especially if you have that button that can go like 1.25
yes,
speed,
or
1.5 speed.
Yes.
Because our brains, we actually do process sound faster than words. So we can hear 900 words a minute versus speak 125 words a minute.
Yeah. I don't know if I could listen to some of my favorite podcasters in person. I'd be like, speed it up, please.
Like, come on, let's go. Because we're so used to
listening. Get going.
A 1.25 or 1.5 speed. Yeah.
Yes.
So like this, listen, mastering fast and slow thinking for better decisions. I mean, what?
Oh my gosh.
Master fast and slow decision thinking. Sorry. How do you master your decision making and your thinking?
Yes.
Decisions. That's a great topic.
Because there's different ways to think about, like, what is it? Danielle Pink's Fast and Slow, Thinking Fast and Slow. And Angela did a great job boiling it down on how do you do that? How do you make decisions using your fast thinking or your slow thinking, and which one's better for what? And so that's really, really incredibly helpful. I love that.
I love that, because only as you mentioned topics, I wanted to throw out a couple of the topics.
Yeah.
The cost of inaction and fueling personal innovation.
Yes.
That's big.
Because like sometimes we don't do things, or we let the things slide, or we just, we think we're taking action over here, but the inaction over here also comes at a cost. Yeah. Yeah. So let's just like get it out in the open and understand the options that we have so we can choose wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Becoming a confident disruptor. Like, what is that?
Yes. I mean, it is, we don't normally think of ourselves as disruptors. There's some people who might.
Yeah.
I have never thought of myself as a disruptor, but how can you confidently be a disruptor in your in your thinking, in your actions, and what you do in a way that's, of course, respectful. We don't want anything like crazy disruption, but like in a way that's just that is respectful and gets you to where you want to go.
Because it sparks change. It sparks, like innovation and moving forward. And I mean, listen, I don't have time to go through the whole list. So you have to go to realliferesilience.com/summit, right?
Summit registration. Yes.
Summit registration. I'll have the link in the notes, because you need to go and you need to register, and it'll have the whole list of topics. I mean, turning resentment into your superpower.
That one surprised me the most. I'm like, really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like resentment into how can resentment be your superpower? I am not going to give this away.
I know, because you
got to listen.
Think about, you have to forgive. Someone even asked me that. Do I have to forgive? Do I have to?
Right.
It's like,
oh my gosh.
I'm going to be listening.
Kate Donovan was just like, blew my mind. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yes, I can turn resentment into my superpower. It's like,
and of course,
surprising.
I'm going to be talking about the alter ego. How you unlock your confidence through an alter ego, which we alluded to before. But I mean, it's just so rich. Everything about this.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So what inspired you to like really lean into confidence and resilience as a summit topic?
Well, I'm a resilience and leadership coach. So that's one thing, is I talk about resilience and, helping women leaders become incredibly internally confident, like this, not the fake it till you make it kind, but really the genuine confidence that exudes from the inside. And, me 5 years ago, even, or 10 years ago, would not have believed that's even possible. Like, because you're just grinding your gears, trying to climb up the ladder, slipping back down, climbing up a couple of steps, all of that. And you think that is the world, and that is the only thing that's option for you, right? But when you just understand and have that internal comfortable confidence, oh my gosh, that's such a good feeling.
Different, right?
It is amazing.
Such a different feeling.
And it's accessible to anybody, really. It doesn't matter, like your past, your childhood, how you were raised, whatever. I mean, it took me till 45 until I started realizing, ooh, I can be confident.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you can be confident without being arrogant. So that's why I think
that's
a lot of women
think,
they think, oh, if I'm confident, then I'll come across as arrogant, or I'll be perceived as, yes. Yeah. You don't have to be that way. Yes. Some people do it, and that's their prerogative, but you can be comfortably and genuinely confident and be an amazing person, and be a likable person, and be a, whatever type of person you want. And you get a better experience of leadership for yourself when you have comfortable confidence.
Yes. Because it really shifts the energy in the room too. You no longer have to strive for people to recognize you or see you or reward you, or it just comes. The energy flow is so different. You're talking about imposter syndrome and overcoming self-doubt in high stakes environments. You don't tell me you had imposter syndrome.
I had imposter syndrome for like 30 years. Well, I was in corporate almost 30 years. It was 30 years. So almost that entire time I had imposter syndrome. I was climbing, like I wanted to be, and many of you probably have experienced this. I wanted the 5 gold stars. I wanted that job. I wanted to be the, only so many high pay raises were handed out every year, we only have so many to get that 3 out of 3 or whatever. I wanted to be that person, and I was so often, and I achieved. And I say this often, I had more letters after my name. I had so many designations, I had more letters after my name than in my name.
Because you felt like
at one point
you had to in order to keep up with that, you had to keep learning, and you had to keep getting another certification. And
it wasn't about learning. It was about, this would make me more comfortable. I would have arrived if I get this or that, or this position or that position. And I will tell you, I brought my emotional baggage with me. You bring your emotional baggage with me. I actually had a client, a couple of years ago, and she said, I just got this COO job, and I don't know if there were no other, applicants, or they didn't have anybody else apply. I'm like, no, you are amazing. You went through the process. Of course there were other applicants for it, but that's what we do. It doesn't matter how high you go in an organization, imposter syndrome hits often so many people. And like 81% of women executives have said they've had it before. And I mean, it affects men as well, but women in particular, because we're always looking for validation. Sometimes we're looking for validation from other people. And so it's important for me to give any woman, whatever career path they're on, a shortcut to that confidence, a shortcut, so they know when they've gotten a job, or that they can, that they're there, they've arrived for themselves, and then they can shoot for another career in another, organization, or even another industry. And so, I mean, some of our women, like you had mentioned, who was Angela Thurman, she's a woman in the machining industry. She knows what it's like to be in
Male dominated.
mechanics and a male dominated industry. And I did too at first. I was an auto estimator and I was one of the first in the company, but a long time ago. But anyway, we can achieve and we can be proud of our achievements and we can feel good in our skin of, how we operate ourselves and whether we're perfect or not. In fact, I'll just tell you, there's nobody that's going to be perfect.
Not
Zero.
a single
Zero.
one of us.
And if you
Not
make a mistake, when you make a mistake, you're going to make a mistake. It's okay. It's human. It just means that you're human.
and you're
so,
learning.
yeah.
That's
And
learning
taking that
process.
in and accepting that is hard for people. But that's what I do in the imposter syndrome. I teach you how to use your thoughts, your emotions, your actions to really incorporate that. And yeah.
That's so
fun.
powerful. You said so much. You
I
said
know.
so much. I mean, I want to
There
unpack
is.
a couple things. Bringing the baggage with you,
Yes.
bringing that emotional, I'm not enough.
Mm-hmm.
All that I'm doing is still not enough.
Right.
Like the emptiness of, no, I have to get this degree, or I have to reach this level, or I have before I'm enough. And then you get there and you still have that same feeling following you because you never dealt with it. So you get there and it's still not enough.
Right.
And
It's never better there than here. You're going to have some problems.
Interpret that, as I am not enough.
Right.
Because you still have that empty feeling inside of you.
Yeah.
So
I had a client one time and she said, when I got this new job, I knew I wanted to hire you because I wanted that confidence. And so when I started coaching her, she was like, I should know this. I've got, I was hired to do this job. I said, you were hired to do that job to learn it, right? Nobody drops right into a brand new job, the biggest, well, I won't say what it is, but the biggest in the country of this thing. And you wouldn't know
exactly what it is.
You wouldn't know. It's okay for you not to. In fact, it's not normal to know everything that you're supposed to know.
Yeah, because you've never experienced it before either. You've not been.
But we set ourselves up for that. We
Yeah.
set those high boundaries, and it's just like, you're never going to jump over that. The learning is so important. It's giving yourself that room to learn, and therefore you can become great. I mean, not knowing when you first go into a job that's the best time to not know.
Yeah.
Right? That's the best time
Don't
to not know what you're
job
doing.
and still not know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I remember a time when before I went to college, I knew I wanted to go to college for fashion. And so I was a flight attendant earning money so I could pay for college myself. And I took a correspondence class because I'm like, I'm going to know before I step into school what this whole thing is all about. So I wanted to be prepared. And I paid for this correspondence class. And instead of traveling the world and seeing things, I was in my hotel room studying because I had to know before I get to school what I needed to know is what I'm going to learn in school, right? I look back at that now, I'm like, what? You're going to school to learn. Why do you need to pre-learn before you get there to learn?
Yes.
So tell me the power. Those who are listening, share with us the power of having a coach, because some people just don't understand the value of having a coach, especially when you get into higher leadership positions. What is the value of a coach?
Yeah, coaches for me, from what I understand, is that we're great sounding boards. So you have somebody, and often you don't necessarily have a peer that you can be honest with, or who can be honest with you, right? And so we're that type of person who can really say, hey, look, this is what you said, but this is what you're doing, with love and with care, and who has your best interests at heart, but will hold you to the standards that you want to be held to. And a lot of people confuse, therapy versus coaching,
Yes.
Therapy is looking back. Let's look at your child and let's figure out why you're doing what you're doing, right? And that it has a place and is valuable. Whereas coaching looks forward. Here's where you are. Where do you want to be? Let's figure that out, and let's figure out the path to get there.
Mhm.
And being the best you possible is going to get you there.
Yes.
And so that's why absolutely love coaching. It is life changing to a lot of people. It is, it's really eye opening
Mhm.
because so many people just like we stop being creative and understanding who we are, and we have a huge capacity just as human beings to pull the wool over our own eyes. This is what we do. I'm not seeing this. And the coach can be a reflection of, okay, here's what I'm seeing, again, in a kind and amazing way. What do you want to do about it? Right. And so
Yeah.
we don't jump into the pool with you and try to save you. But what we do is we'll throw in the
The life
life
preserver.
preserver, right?
Yeah.
And we coach you on better ways to coach yourself. In fact, I'm actually giving 2 talks. Another one is on self-coaching, how to teach yourself. I teach you how to coach yourself in the moment, because I can't be there in the boardroom. I can't be there when, your boss is like downgrading you. I had a boss one time, and I was on the in the room with her when she was on a call with her boss. And when she walked out, she was in tears, and she said, "I just feel like I just got cut off at the knees,
Mm.
just sliced." And so a coach can help you through those types of things, but also a coach can help you help yourself through those, because you won't have somebody there with you all the time.
All the
And
time.
that's a beautiful thing. We teach you how to self-coach.
Nice. Yeah. Because many people self-coach the wrong way
Mm,
in sense of beating themselves up over something versus
yes.
learning
Yeah.
how to have resilience in that moment and how to
Yeah. And
flip
that's
that mindset and those negative thoughts.
exactly. And understanding that, the amygdala is going to throw some thoughts out to you. Like, this is
Mhm.
terrible. You're terrible at this. I can't believe you would even think
Yeah.
of trying for that job. What? There's no way. You don't even have all the qualification. Why? Like, you really said that wrong. Those are going to come automatic. But there's what you need to do is engage your prefrontal cortex, which I teach in here. And engaging, that's the
Differently.
part of your brain that you plan with, that you can look forward to, that you can set goals and start to reach them, etc. And that's the beautiful thing about that is, yes, those old thoughts are going to be there, right? They're
Mhm.
along for the ride. Bring them they're in the car. They're going to jump in the car no matter what, but you're in the driver's seat. And when you place yourself in the driver's seat, and you have the ability to master your emotions, not tamp them down,
Mhm.
not squish them, not ignore them, not try to push them away, but when you have that ability to feel the emotions, the frustration, the anger, the upset, whatever that is, without acting on them, and then act purposefully and use your prefrontal cortex with the thoughts that you want to that are going to serve you better. That is a super skill. That's like
Yeah.
nobody else can do that. And
That's
so
amazing.
when you get
Can't
that,
wait.
you're totally amazing. Yes.
Yes, that makes you fireproof. That's like, let's go. Let's
Yes.
go.
Absolutely.
I love that. And listen, 2 of our former guests that have been guests on this show are also in the summit talking about your journey from invisible to invaluable. So that's
Mhm.
Robin Hatcher. We're so excited
Yes.
that she's a part of the summit. And then also Judy Hoberman, she was a guest here too, and she talks about the lonely leader. So Judy is all
Ah,
about, the introverted leader. How do you become
mhm.
an introverted leader that is powerful? So I love that too.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's so much here. Like you said,
there's
it's
so
it's just
much.
rich and it's a wealth of information that you just don't want to miss.
Yeah. I mean, what really inspired you? I know we talked about, you've been to summits that you didn't, like you had high hopes and then you wanted to do it differently, but really, why bring all these speakers together to do this?
Yeah, I wanted it to be more like a huge mastermind, a wealth of information. I want to give women leaders the shortcut so that they don't have to go out and try to find all of these resources themselves and watch so many, podcasts or anything like that. I wanted to bring exactly the right information for them so that they can consume it and better their lives and better their experience of leadership right away.
Wow.
And because like I said, I have clients that come in, this is what they have: imposter syndrome. They have lack of confidence. They have all these types of things. And it is a solvable problem. I don't care what your background is. I don't care where you're at, how high in the company you are. This is a solvable problem. And why not give for free the solutions to folks? And
Nice.
so, yeah,
I hope you all caught that word for free.
for
It is
free.
a free summit,
Yes.
4 days, starting on September 23rd.
23rd.
Monday,
Yes.
September 23rd. I know some of you are going to be listening to this after the 23rd of September, and I'm sorry. But if you're catching this before September 23rd, 2024, we want to encourage you to go register. We'll put the link in the description below
Yes.
to be a part of this summit.
And you can also purchase the VIP pass if you're going to be after and you want, like I want these, like, there's one of them that's like managing up, like managing. How do you manage your director? How do you manage the CEO, right? If you want those, you can get the VIP pass and then you'll have them forever.
Forever. So yes, there's an option for that too, for you to hold on to these. If something really spoke to you and you're like, oh yeah, I want to make sure I listen to this over and over again. Make sure to upgrade to the VIP pass for you. Anything that I did not ask you about the summit or about your coaching that you want to share?
Yeah, I just think that anybody can be helped. Whatever level of confidence that you have right now, you are going to find some insight in here. And it's just been so fun, so exciting. I've had my mind blown. Like I said, interviewing all the speakers, your mind will be blown as well when you watch these presentations. Oh, there's also some bonuses that you get just for registering for free again. And we also, I forgot to tell you, we've got the networking sessions. So we have guided networking that, it's not just like one of those Chamber of Commerce things where you go in and, like, okay, I got my business cards. How many can I hand out? No. Guided networking makes it really, really easy to connect. And then the purpose is to build your network of people who support you and you support them in a really easy, kind, and loving way. So
Nice.
that makes networking even so much fun. So there's like 3 sessions that you can attend, all of them or one of them, and they're all different times. And so that will be amazing as well.
Nice. I love it. There's so many opportunities for women to gather and support one another and grow. I was so honored to be a part of this. And I can tell you, even when you work in the industry of confidence, which you're doing, working in the business of confidence and resilience, we can always learn more, and it's not wasted knowledge. Like,
right.
Sometimes when you were in school, it's like, when am I ever going to use this in life again?
Right. Yes.
Spending time building yourself up is the most valuable thing you can ever do for yourself.
Yes.
Spend that time investing in yourself, in your growth, in your leadership. It's never wasted, and it will improve your life, and you won't regret it. Yes, I'm so excited to be a part of this and to do this. So thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of it.
Yes.
I'm really honored, especially after looking at the lineup of women. I'm so honored to be included in it. And I'm just excited to go partake.
Yes.
To participate. I'm going to partake.
Yes.
So thank you.
I
All
hope you
right.
all
So
sign up. It's going to
yes,
be
I'm all
so
signed up.
fun.
I
Yay.
registered everything. So
Awesome.
everyone go connect with Stacy Brookman on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
I'll have her connection in the notes below as well. And we'll have the link to the realliferesilience.com/summit-registration.
That's
Go
it.
and register. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
All
And
right.
I just want to say, everyone watching, you know how I say it, that I encourage you to be bold, to be brave, and every day do one thing to step out with audacious confidence. And that one thing could be going and registering for this summit and attending it. That's going to build your confidence. So until next time, this is Alicia saying goodbye for now on this episode of Unleash Your Audacious Confidence. Mwah.